Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. Today I thought I'd do a Q&A because I realised that I haven't filmed a video in quite some time, and I thought this would be quite a good video for me to kind of get back into the swing of things, into filming. And I was filming another video and I had all this set up, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to film today and see how we get on. Okay, so the first question is, where have you been? And I thought this would be a good question to start off with because obviously there's a bit of an elephant in the room about why I haven't been making YouTube videos for quite some time, and there's a few reasons why I haven't been making YouTube videos. First of all, I've never been hugely confident on YouTube. I always feel like my videos are never very good compared to anyone else's. I always feel like I never seem to get subscribers or get a lot of views, and it can be incredibly frustrating when you work very hard on your videos. And you know, everyone says that YouTubers are lazy and untalented, but making YouTube videos is quite hard. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and you can sometimes spend days on YouTube videos, and for them to not do very well can be incredibly disheartening. So because I am quite hard on myself, I kind of say to myself, it's because you're rubbish, you know, and it's hard to kind of shake that mentality as much as I do try. So I've just been really struggling with kind of getting the motivation because I feel like my videos aren't good enough. I've also been struggling a lot of anxiety, which I know, another YouTuber with anxiety, I know. Yeah, so there's kind of been just a lot of going on, and I know that I abandoned Vlogmas just in the middle. It wasn't my intention, I don't even know why it happened. Okay, my camera just completely cut out there. But yeah, basically I think I just got overtired. I was super stressed about Christmas. I love Christmas, but it always like stresses me out. Yeah, I just needed a bit of a break, and I know that that may seem a bit pathetic, a bit lazy, a bit unprofessional, but sometimes I think you've got to put your mental health first, and I was just not in the right mindset to make videos. But yeah, I feel like I've got a bit of my inspiration back, which is good. So there are going to be some changes. I have got like a list of videos that I want to make, and I think I'm going to go for quality over quantity. So it's going to kind of be once every week, once every couple of weeks. And yeah, I kind of need to work on my time management and stuff like that. So fingers crossed I will be back to making more regular videos, but that's kind of what's been going on. I wanted to be honest with you guys because obviously life is not perfect, I'm not perfect, no one's perfect, and I think it's good to be open about these things and just be like, yeah, I am struggling with my mental health, and that is okay, you know, I'm working on it, I'm hopefully trying to get better, and yeah, there we go, basically. Okay, so basically I had a lot of kind of questions around certain subjects, if that makes sense. So I thought what I would do is divide the video up into those certain sections, and then I can kind of answer the questions about the sections. I feel like I've said sections about 79 times. So the next section is going to be about wedding planning, which is a little bit more happier and a little bit more exciting. So the question is, how are you enjoying wedding planning? And I have to say, I am loving wedding planning. I got really stressed out about wedding planning last year because we had so much on our plate with moving house, buying the house, and I felt very overwhelmed with the whole wedding planning thing. I had no idea what to have, I had no idea what I wanted, and I found it very stressful and overwhelming. I think overwhelming was like my word for wedding planning. I made a lot of decisions. The venue is booked, the date is booked, we've booked the photographer, the videographer, we've decided on our colours, we've sent out the save the dates, we've kind of decided on our theme. So yeah, a lot of decisions have been made, which makes me feel a lot better. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying it, I'm really excited. I kind of want to just do as much as I possibly can, but then I don't want to do too much and it go really quickly, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to like do it in stages. So the next question is, where are you planning on going for your honeymoon? And we have no idea. There's a lot of places out there that are absolutely beautiful, and there's just so much to choose from. My ideal honeymoon destination would be somewhere like the Maldives, but obviously that's quite like a popular honeymoon destination. Henry's not sure about it. He thinks that it might be a little bit boring because he's not really like a person who just sits on the beach. But I think it sounds absolutely amazing. We've been looking at other places like Fiji, Hawaii. If anyone has any recommendations for honeymoons, please let me know, because we'd love to know. We have no idea where to go. There just seems to be too much choice. The next question is, what are your wedding invites like and how can you save cost of stationery? So our wedding invites, we've only done the save the dates, but they're kind of two colours. We decided to have them designed by a stationery designer because I didn't feel like I could do a good enough job DIYing them myself. So we went to a girl who actually emailed me last year when she kind of set up her own stationery business. I think this video might be too bright. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah, she emailed me last year when she went self-employed and said, hey, I make invites, I want to send you some samples. So we had some samples and we really liked them. And we like the idea of using a business that's been set up by a young person who's obviously taken the leap to do it herself, and we just quite liked the fact that we were supporting another young person, because I know how hard it is to go out on your own and kind of go self-employed. So it felt right to support someone else like that, and she's a really lovely girl, her prices aren't too expensive and she's very talented, so that is what we've decided to do. Cutting costs, so obviously DIY is probably like the number one way to cut costs. There's a lot of templates out there on Pinterest, PicMonkey, Canva, that you can kind of edit and tailor to yourself. So I definitely kind of look at them, and then also there's places like Etsy that do a lot of kind of pre-made wedding invites that are super cheap and don't cost much at all. So yeah, I'd say Etsy and DIY are probably the best thing to do yourself. Yeah. So the next section is all based around buying a house, and I've only got a few questions. However, I have had a few requests for doing a blog post or video around buying a house. So what I thought might be the best way to do it is maybe if me and Henry together do a buying a house Q&A. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and if it is, let me know what questions you'd like answered. How did you find buying a house as a first time buyer, and did you use any government schemes such as Help to Buy? First time buyer was stressful. I think if you buy a house, no matter how many houses you've bought, it's a stressful process. But obviously when you're a first time buyer, you don't have that added stress of having a property to sell yourself, so there's no chain, which is obviously quite good. It was stressful, but it wasn't as stressful as I imagined it would be. We didn't use any government schemes such as Help to Buy because we felt like it wasn't right for us. And also we didn't do the Help to Buy ISA, mainly because it was introduced a couple of months before we were due to buy our house, and we felt like we wouldn't really be gaining much from that ISA. So instead we used the money that we were going to put in the ISA for like stuff like stamp duty and the solicitor's fees, which was more helpful. But I definitely recommend setting one of those up if you're kind of saving for the future, because it's a good way of kind of having somewhere to put money in and you know that you can't touch it and it's going towards your deposit. The next question is, I'd like to know more about the time frame it took from mortgage application to completion. So I think a realistic time frame from buying a house to moving in is about 12 weeks. When we first were looking, people were saying 6 to 8 weeks and we got very optimistic. I think 12 weeks is a realistic time frame. We put an offer in on this house which got accepted first week of May. We moved in the middle of August, and that was everything running pretty smoothly. We had a little hiccup about 3 weeks before we moved, which kind of held things up a little bit. But not by much. But apart from that, everything else went very smoothly, and yeah, I'd say about 12 weeks is a realistic time frame. So I've now got a couple of lifestyle-y questions that I'm going to answer, and I got asked this a few times actually, and it was, do you have any trips planned for the year? And sadly, no, we don't. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, all of our money is going towards the wedding at the moment. Weddings are expensive. And we've obviously had a lot to pay out for the house because we had the kitchen done as well. So yeah, everything's kind of been going on the wedding or the house. We would love to try and get away because we've not had a holiday since, not last year, the year before. And it's been a stressful few months. Okay, so the camera just died and my memory card got full, so I had to have a little bit of a break. So if anything's different, then I apologise. I really need to get like a backup camera battery because this always happens when I'm filming and I never ever seem to learn, but hey ho. So basically, like I was saying before I got cut out, I'm going to do some lifestyle questions now. So the next one is a fitness based question, and it's favourite gym classes right now and nice fitness clothing brands. So I have just recently moved gyms, which means all of my gym classes have completely changed and gone out the window. So I don't know if I can really kind of recommend any, because I've only been doing a few and I've only done them once or twice. I've started doing body pump, which I really enjoy. I've done that twice now, and I think I'm going to try and do that at least once a week. It's completely different to anything I've done before. I've never really done like a lot of weights, so it's like a whole new experience. I'm literally like, I use like the lowest weights out of everyone in my class. I need to like build up super quick. But yeah, so that's really good. This morning I did body attack for the first time, and oh my god, that was an attack on the body. I've kind of been talking to different people in classes, and they've all kind of said, oh, body attack's really brutal, and I was like, oh, how bad can it be? Literally insane. And I've not done anything like cardio wise for a good 3, possibly even 4 weeks. So that was fun. I don't think I haven't sweated that much in quite a while. However, fitness clothing brands, I love USA Pro. Most of my workout wardrobe is from USA Pro. I love Nike, Adidas, yeah, they're probably like my 3 favourite brands. That's kind of the majority where all my stuff's from. So the next question is, the next couple of questions, and I think I will finish it there so we're not here for too long, are going to be based around YouTube and blogging. So I was also thinking, actually, I get a lot of questions about YouTube and blogging on a regular basis. Would you like to see a blogging or YouTube Q&A? If so, let me know, and what kind of questions you'd like answered, because I'm more than happy to kind of film that. So this is, what is your top tips for someone who wants to start making a YouTube channel, and is there any free editors out there for someone who doesn't have iMovie? I don't really know if I'm the best person to give out YouTube advice, considering I've just had a 2-month break, and I've just openly admitted that I don't really enjoy making YouTubes that much anymore. However, I would say to just be yourself. Just be yourself on camera. Don't try to be like anybody else. Just be yourself. But yeah, and I'd also say make videos that you would like to see. This is going to be my new mantra from now on, because I've always used to focus on what everyone else is doing and what everyone else, like what was popular for everybody else. And that was just, as obviously it's not working for me because my YouTube channel doesn't do that well. So I have decided, instead of kind of focusing on what everyone else is doing, I'm going to focus on what I would like to see in my subscription box. So if I'm making the type of videos that I would like to watch, hopefully it means that they're kind of going to come across a bit more like with some more passion, and I'm going to enjoy making them. And even if I enjoy making them and they don't do very well, at least I enjoyed making them, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then also YouTube video editors. I used to use Windows Movie Maker. That is what I used before I got a Mac. It does the job. It's very basic, but it does the job. Also, YouTube has a inbuilt editor now, so you can upload your video and then edit it. I've never used it, so I'm not sure what it's like, but I can't imagine it's overly complicated to use, and it's obviously free. So I would say one of those 2 things are a good alternative to iMovie. And then the final question, because this video has literally taken me about 2 hours to film between the charging of the batteries and all that kind of stuff, is if you hadn't become a blogger, what career path would you have gone down? And I probably would have stuck to my old job. So before I became a full-time blogger, I worked at a social media agency as a social media assistant, and this was the job that I decided I wanted to do when I was at university. I studied media communications at university, and in my 2nd year we did a module on social media, and I really enjoyed it, and that was when I decided that was what I wanted to do. So yeah, I probably would have stayed within that job, but I think what I'd have done is maybe gone to a beauty brand or a beauty agency, something like that, so it was all kind of beauty related, because I did used to enjoy my old job, but I wanted it to be more around the things that I enjoyed doing, if that makes sense. However, if we're going to take out the equation, I mean, that's like blogging, if we can take out blogging and social media and pretend it doesn't exist, I probably would have been a journalist. I've always loved writing, and I went to do media at university with the intention of being like a journalist or a writer. I've always wanted to write for a magazine. I used to be obsessed with Heat magazine. That was literally like my Bible, and that was my dream job, to write for Heat magazine. I've also always wanted to write a book, and I know that sounds like, ugh, YouTubers and books, how cliche, but I'm not even joking. I've always wanted to write a book. I think it's because when I was little, I was obsessed with Jacqueline Wilson. Like, you've got to tell me, I'm sure you were obsessed with Jacqueline Wilson too, and I loved her books so much, and I felt like they taught me so much whilst I was growing up. And my idol was Jacqueline Wilson. I just thought she was amazing, and I would absolutely still love to meet her now, like age 25. And I always kind of wanted to write books like her. I was always writing stories when I was little. English was my favourite lesson at school. I loved creative writing. That was like my favourite thing to do. So I think that if this hadn't been around, I probably would have gone to work for a magazine, or maybe I'd have tried writing a children's book or something like that. Who knows? The other thing that I went through a phase of wanting to do was I wanted to be a midwife at one point, but then I found out you couldn't wear nail varnish, and I'm not even joking, like that was like the deal breaker. I was like, no, it's not for me anymore. So yeah, so I'm going to go now because my camera's flashing at me, my battery needs charging, and I think I just need to give up with this video. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my video. No, that's not right. Like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, I am so sorry that I have been such a massive fail with videos recently. I've got a whole list of videos planned that I want to make, but I would love to know if you have any suggestions, if there's any videos you'd really like to see on my channel. They can be absolutely anything. Let me know if there's anything wedding related, house related, fashion related, beauty related. Let me know down below, because hearing your suggestions is really useful and helpful for me. Okay, I'm really gonna go now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully. Bye.